Anyhow, so you asked for this opportunity, the universe is giving it to you, and now you're a little bit, they just told me anxiety ridden or nervous, and you're wondering, how the heck am I going to do all this? So just pull back a little bit. Pull back. Don't have all those projects going on at once. So the universe is saying, here it is. Why aren't you going for it? You are having a new transformation. And why are you hiding that you changed from a caterpillar to a butterfly? I remember when I was writing this today. So what I said was, why are you changing? Why are you hiding the fact that you've gone from a caterpillar to a butterfly? Why hide it? Close out the cycle. Close out that old cycle. So it might mean need to close out that old job and then step into the new. But don't step into 5 things. Step into what, if somebody said, okay, you could have anything, any job you want, any career you want, what would it be? But it's only one. What's the first thing that came to your mind? That's the thing that you focus on. Okay? You're going back and forth too much. It was making me dizzy. So you have to make a decision. And I know it's hard. And you have something creative. I don't know what I wrote, but I wrote on the side, connect with divine. And, yeah. Okay. And one last thing. It says, be flexible. Step out of your comfort zone. In your home, your job, or a person that is your significant person, or somebody who you would ordinarily not be friends with. Step out of your comfort zone. And maybe by taking the new job, it would be stepping out of your comfort zone. Leaving your old job, it's scary. But I feel good about it, okay? But just focus. Focus more on exactly one project, not 7 projects, or 2 projects and not 5 projects. Namaste. I hope that helped. Namaste. Okay. Okay. Now we're doing... Okay. Now, the last reading is for Sunflower. And first I'm going to talk... I'm going to shuffle. You won't believe all the cards I have all over the place over here. Okay. All right. I was just told to shuffle for somebody. One second. I'm going to do Hunter first. Hunter. Your question about Hunter was his health issues. Will his health issues be resolved? And he's a Virgo. So hold on a second. I just want to see what Spirit wants to say from heaven. Okay, so yeah, I feel like this has been a hard year for Hunter. I believe he's 75, but he's going to get through it. And what if he really pays attention to like the steps from the doctors, from his doctors and nurses and things like that. But I got a feather, and it says, someone needs your support. Can you help them? We will guide you. Okay, so this is for Hunter. Even though he's going through a lot of like physical ailments, health issues, there's actually somebody that he needs to help, that he can help. All right, and the angels will guide him if he's open for it. So it could be like somebody in his family or somebody associated with his job. I don't think he has the same career. I think he's retired, but it's like even though he might think, oh, I have this ailment, I have that ailment, he's going to get through it if he goes along with what the doctors are saying. More, but there's somebody that he needs to help, that he could help. And the people in heaven, namely his parents. Yeah, because I got a mom and dad energy. Mom and dad are watching over him very carefully and trying to put good things into his mind. You know, and also like there's rehab, there's physical, like rehab, physical therapy, that I see happening. And also the health issues, will be resolved if he takes these positive steps. And especially everything is like mostly lower, you know, a sacral and the root chakra. I don't know if he's into the chakras or would get into the chakras, because I try to talk to my brother about the chakras, and he's 71, and he's like, "Oh, stop being a weirdo," like, so he doesn't really listen. But just like even wearing or putting these colors around, orange and red. The root chakra has everything to do with the circulatory system, eating more red foods, fruits and vegetables. He needs more yellow too, going out vitamin D, but watching his skin as well. But I see him getting a lot of being around a lot of doctors, nurses, so maybe the rehabilitation, physical therapy, personal trainer type of thing, and that's all root chakra. But as a Virgo, I see him getting through it. It's very, like, very much handled. It'll be under control because he wants to improve it. He wants to get better. Yeah. Also, solar plexus. A lot of Virgos having trouble with that because that's dealing with your gut, dealing with things that you want to do. There's something that he's upset about that doesn't even have to do with his health. He's upset about something. So maybe you could talk to him and just try to see what's on his mind, what he's worried about. But the angels have him. Angels are watching. They want him to kind of reach out to other people and help other people, even though he might think he's the one who's sick. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So there's some sort of change that has to happen in his routine. And it's all about his healing. And he might be thinking about a lot of things in terms of like how to get himself healed with certain family members or friends, relationships, and you might not think that he's thinking of that, but he is. So just like keep that level of communication open. Yeah, yeah. Even I know I probably told you this before. Letters, writing letters to people, you might think that it's bad. If they don't listen to you on the phone, they will think about what you say in a letter. And but the letter could just be chilled. The letter could just be like, I really had fun when we, growing up when we did A, B, and C, like a happy memory instead of like anything negative, because he can't handle anything negative. He's going through a lot of physical body issues, and he will get better. Maybe just even a phone call just saying, hey, how you feeling, what's going on, and this is what's going on with me, just like get the communication flowing. So his schedule changed, like not working as much. If he has like a side business not working, one second. Okay. I was just told to shuffle. 1 second. Oh, yes. Okay. They just told me, like, always being, because he's a Virgo, always being like a hard worker. Sometimes you have to stop working so hard, whatever, he's doing on the physical realm, to rest, more meditation time. And he might say, hey, I'm 75. I'm not meditating. You might think you don't have an effect on him, but he does think about what you say. Okay? So however you can communicate with him, to keep him on board with his health, to keep him on board of paying attention to what the doctors have told him to do in terms of the medication, the physical therapy, vitamins, medication. All right? Okay. And he is afraid. This is saying, don't be afraid. And if you can get him to talk about it a little bit, he might act like, oh no, I'm not afraid. Yeah, I'm going to do A, B, and C. Big deal. I'm tough. Like, I'm seeing like a tough guy, like just doesn't want to show you that he's scared. But he is afraid. So keep that communication open with him as much as you can. And like I said, if he doesn't talk on the phone, he doesn't like to talk on the phone, sit and write him a letter about a happy memory that you had with him as kids. Something that both of you enjoyed, or something about your parents. Yeah, your parents are jumping in saying, yeah, talk about us and your sister. Okay. That means a lot. That means a lot, like a happy memory from when you guys were both young. Even though you're much younger, I think you're much younger, right? It doesn't matter. It's all the same. It's all relative. As a soul, I could be in several places at once. Okay. That I feel is your sister's energy, trying to say that she visits him and she visits you too. Yeah, so I feel like he's gonna be okay. Like it's his physical health is directly related to if he's going to slow down and put the energy into healing and really, take those steps. I'm seeing that he has very low vitamin D. So that has to do with the sun, getting out in the sun, but also protecting his skin. There's an actual vitamin D lamp that he can buy and just like sit in front of it for like 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, so the answer to that question in a long way was yes, his health will get a little bit better if he does listen and take heed to what the doctors are telling him, and the routine, his routine has to slow down to be at a pace where he's given his body time to heal. Because I feel like a worker, like a really like a workaholic type of energy, if that makes sense. Okay? Okay, so now I'm going to do Marine. And the question for Marine was, will he be less angry? Okay. And let me shuffle on that, because that I couldn't tap that much into. I tapped a little bit into it today, but... Okay. Oh, I'm back to... Let me just jump back to Hunter, because I found I had written a whole page. Actually, I have a page. 1 second. I'm also a Virgo, as you know, so I forgot I did all this work. Okay. All right, so Hunter. Medically, physically, when I was doing my scan, involves the genital area and the bones. Okay, so that's probably the vitamin D that I was getting. And spiritual wise, they were telling me he doesn't want to hear the truth. The ego can't take it. Okay, I don't really know what that meant, but that's what I got. Headaches and ears were coming up. So hopefully, when you get headaches, okay, check please over here. Headaches, migraines, and it always has to do with something. I mean, it has to do with my neck problem and my arthritis and whatever, but it's not about me. But a lot of times it's rooted, like Devin will tell me, you're stressed out because you're worried about the 1010. Or I can get stressed out if I'm worried about readings. And then once I get the reading out, I feel much better. Like last weekend when I got my 2 readings out, I felt better. But sometimes when you get metaphysically, when people get a lot of earaches, is there something that you don't want to hear anymore? Or did you grow up and there was a lot of shouting and fighting? Because that's a trauma. Anyhow, it could be, I don't want to hear Hunter. I'm talking about Hunter again. The Virgo. I don't want to hear the truth. The truth hurts. And the truth hurts here. The truth hurts, gives you a headache. The truth hurts in your ears. Because ego can't take it. So, if he will do it, he can write down what his wants or desires in terms of his health is. You know, like, he wants to be able to he's a Virgo, so he probably wants to be able to work more and more, you know, like he used to. But no, he should write down things like, I would like my back not to hurt, or I would like to, you know, my blood work to come out good. And you actually have to want that. Because we have to be with our bodies and not against our bodies. So taking the time to relax, he needs to know that he has to relax. He has to recover. He has to give his body grace. And do nothing but be with nature. Be in nature and with the animals. Animals, I see him petting a horse. Animals and walks will heal. Sit by trees, touch the tree. Mountains, looking at the mountains. Solar plexus, again, lemons, having lemon water, having squash, having onions, bananas, And you could tell him this. You could definitely tell him this because, he knows you, and I mean, you could even write it in a letter. But anyhow, that was the last part on Hunter. Now, let's get to Marine. He is a Leo. So I got a couple things physically. You didn't ask me about him physically, but I got a lot of stuff in the heart. Maybe he hasn't told you. Holding in a lot, like I feel anxiety. I feel anger that turned into anxiety. So he has hurts and arguments that he hung on to. Instead of giving forgiveness and grace, he just eliminates. Okay, and that's not good because that stays in your heart chakra, and can give you heart problems or heart issues. And also, Leo rules the heart and the back. So he might even have, back issues as well. He needs to let go of his anger. Someone, and you can actually, if he doesn't talk with you or other people, because he kind of eliminates them, if you send a positive vibe to him, a positive, thought, even just thinking about a happy time between you and the family and him, that actually reaches people. Like somebody you're thinking about or talking about, and all of a sudden they call, and you're like, "What were your ears ringing?" That actually energy comes into energy. All the energy is circular. Okay, so just on the same token, if you think a bad thought or you think negative energy, and focus on like a fight that you had, that comes back at you too. So think of a happy thought and just say his name. Marine, I love you. Marine, I hope the best for you. Marine, I hope you feel my love for you, my friendship for you, or my good thoughts, whatever good thoughts they are. See him smiling. Say his name, and just, send that out. I'm saying if he won't talk to you on the phone, or if you don't want to write him a letter, or won't read your letters, think a good thought. Say a prayer, and then let it go. Ask your mom, your dad, and your sister to intervene so that you could feel that they can intervene. Spirit guides can intervene, angels, people, ancestors, they can all intervene. Okay? I'm seeing like a family reunion. Okay. So that's a good thing. But his issues are, and it's not your fault. You take a lot of it on yourself. It's him. It's the way he thinks. Someone at work or in your business. Now this is for Marine. Somebody at his business or at work there's a very difficult situation. Now he's 73, so I'm not sure how much work he's doing, but I mean people still working. Or it could be his business. He's nurturing the past hurts instead of moving on. And that's like living in resentment. He's definitely living in resentment and feeling on edge. That was that anxiety feeling I was feeling. So I was rubbing my anxiety patch. He's living in resentment. And when you live in resentment, you stay in resentment. You stay in that pain and trauma, and you just sit there and think of all these bad things that happen or that you think people did to you. Okay. And you never move on. And then what can you do as a family member? You could say prayers for them. You could ask your angels, which is your mom, your dad, your sister, to intervene and just say, like, how are we going to resolve this? Could you please help? Could you please help him feel my friendship, my love? He's my brother. I'm his sister. Okay, so in your heart, you want to build with this person, but you still have a hard time letting go of past disappointments. Not you, him. I'm talking about Leo Marine. Okay, so he needs to focus more on his future and friendship and family. Never go against the family, and manifest moving forward and getting what he wants. So he has inner conflict, then he has the heart and back issues. But you might not know because he's not going to tell you. Free yourself. He needs to free himself from a self-imposed prison. Yeah. So I felt he's keeping himself in this box. But he's in his head, he's like, this person hurt me, that person hurt me, cutting them off. This person is no good, cutting them off. Okay? And you don't get anywhere by doing that. So you're helping yourself. Yeah, he would be helping himself, and this is for Leo. This could help Leos out there. Leos, you would help yourself more if you would reach out and ask somebody, how are they doing? Okay? And ask somebody, oh, I have a question for you. Can you answer this question? Or you see somebody else, Leos see somebody else having pain. And if you stay in your own trauma, you're never going to reach out to them because you're going to be like, oh, well, I'm not going to help them. I'm not going to throw them a life preserver. Even though they're suffering worse than me, because I'm in my own head. I'm in my own ego. So he needs to get out of that. Yeah, ask your mom and dad to please intervene so that you guys can have a family reunion. Okay? Or at least like two people getting together, like two siblings getting together over here, and the other two getting together on a different date. In a way, that's a family reunion because it would be you getting together with this brother on one day and another time you getting together with the other brother. Okay. Okay, now they told me to shuffle. 1 second. Okay. Now this is for you that asked the question about Marine and Hunter. It says, I see you living for everyone else's life, but what about manifesting your own dreams and hopes and second chances? And then it says, don't be a sucker or a doormat. Slavery is illegal. Okay. Okay, however it resonates. Then it says, you are protected, but stay away from toxic things and people. Tell them off, put them in their place, or just stay away from toxic people or situations and pray to us for protection. That's very important. Like what I was saying is praying for Hunter, asking your parents to bless Hunter and let him listen to you more and let him heal, even praying for health for both of you brothers, praying for mental clarity, especially for Marine, the Leo, okay? Because I feel like the Virgo is going to listen to you more, and does listen to you. Maybe he doesn't act like he listens to you, but what you say does matter to him. Approaching it with maybe the one that doesn't talk at all to many people, approaching that one with a letter, or if you feel like you can't do that because you might have felt like you got burned, even a card, or just doing the manifestation, asking your spirit guides, please protect my brother. Please help him to understand and have forgiveness in his heart. Yes, when you pray for somebody to have compassion that never really has compassion for you or somebody close to you, the angels hear that, okay? And you are protected. One more. The ancestors and guides want you to either fix up your home or move. Okay, I'm not sure if that's for you or is that for one of her brothers. I just heard one of the brothers might move. And were you thinking about painting or new furniture? Something new inside your home. Okay, I hope that helped. And I hope I answered a little bit of both of your questions because you did the 2020. All I know is I talk too long, and if I do the 1010 again, I'm not going to be answering 40 minutes in. It's just that I really do need Devin to be here to time me because that's way too long. Okay, anyhow, I hope that helped, guys. I love you all. Namaste. God bless.